Thank you so much for joining me today at Everyday Yoga. My name is Christine. My pronouns are she and her, and this is a restorative yoga practice. This is a recording of a live Zoom class as well, and we have people in the class today that have recently had surgery, that are feeling under the weather, that have a headache, that have back pain, that have high blood pressure. And so it's going to be a very accessible, gentle class. And we will take some time out, though, at the beginning here to talk a little bit about the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve runs from the brain to all of the organs and systems in your body. And it is kind of a communication pathway. So occasionally you'll have what we call a gut feeling. That is actually a message from your gut to your brain that might be prompted by the release of hormones like adrenaline or cortisol, or dopamine, or oxytocin even. It's just this pathway that we can strengthen and increase the tone of so that we can more easily tap into that parasympathetic nervous system and find healing within ourselves, where we are not stressed out, we're not amped up, we're not in this ready to go place where all of our systems are geared for action. It's when we're calm, when we can sleep better, when we can digest our food better, all of those wonderful things. So if you're interested in more information on the vagus nerve and increasing vagal tone, definitely Google that. But I do want to share some things that we'll be doing today. Pranayama, breathing practices, can help increase your vagal tone. Different yoga practices, obviously, I'm a big fan of that, but also things that you can do in your everyday life, like cold stimulation. One of our students in class today has had success decreasing her blood pressure using a cold shower method. But if you can't take a full cold shower, even just splashing cold water on your face or your neck can help have that same kind of effect. You can also drink ice cold water, take a cold bath or a shower, obviously. You can also do things that stimulate the region in the throat, which is where the vagus nerve passes through: chanting, singing, humming, laughing, smiling, gargling, ear stimulation. And then anything that you love to do, dancing, any kind of exercise that you love, and then of course having some good healthy sleep to rely on is also important. And there are other ways that might resonate more with you. Again, I highly encourage you to find out more information if you're interested in that. But for now, we will use the tools at hand. So come into a nice tall seat. You can probably do this first part sitting on a chair if you like, or you can sit on a block like I am, or a pillow or folded up blanket or towel or something. Just sit in a posture that you can hold for a while. You can even sit on the floor with your back up against a wall or your bed. And just invite your breath into the body. Take a nice inhale and really notice the breath as if it's the first breath you've taken today. Just welcome it into the body, say hello to it. And as you exhale, just let everything go. Let all the air flow back out. Maybe with that same sort of sense of invitation, inviting the breath in. And once it's done doing its job, inviting it back out once again. Just coming into that awareness of your breath and your body, and becoming present in this moment, maybe helping You do that, might be closing your eyes. Allow your tongue to relax away from the roof of your mouth. Invite your shoulders to soften. Invite your belly to soften and relax. And then notice the support underneath you, your chair or your mat, whatever you're sitting on. Notice how it feels as it touches your body. Notice that sensation of being supported. And then lift your heart up a little bit. Lift the base of your skull so that even as you're noticing the sensation of being grounded and relaxed and soft, you can also at the same time feel lifted, uplifted, strong, fully here in this present moment. And then invite the breath deeper into your belly. Bring your one hand to your belly and then another hand to your heart. And as you inhale, really focus on expanding the belly into your palm. And then notice how the heart lifts into the upper palm. And as you exhale, notice that top palm relaxing down and the bottom palm softening inward. And let's just breathe here, letting your upper arms just kind of relax down your body, letting your shoulders relax. Inhale, expanding the belly, lifting the heart. Exhale, the heart softens and the belly draws inward. Let's find 3 more full breaths like that. Soft gaze or closed eyes. Continuing to lift the skull and ground down through the body. And then we'll take another breath in. And as you exhale, just kind of gently squeeze yourself, giving yourself a little gentle hug. Inhale once again, and we'll spread those arms out nice and wide, palms facing forward. And as you exhale, draw your right arm across your heart and hug it in with your left arm. Keep the shoulders square to the hips. We're not wanting to twist. We're wanting to really breathe into that right shoulder, the right shoulder blade. And you might let your left palm rest on your right arm, your right shoulder. Just, again, sort of hugging yourself, being here for yourself, supporting yourself. And from here, you might like to wrap that right arm around the top of your left shoulder, giving yourself even more of a hug. Inhale, let the shoulders come down as the crown of this, or the base of the skull lifts upward. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the chin down to the chest and just find a gentle cat back in the top of the spine, just the upper cervical spine, the neck and the shoulder blades. Inhale, gentle back bend just in the shoulders. Exhale, round forward, keeping the motion isolated, letting your chin tuck. 2 more times. Gentle little back bend in the shoulder blades. Maybe look up towards the sky. Exhale, round forward, hugging yourself, opening up space in between the shoulder blades. One more round here. The next time you inhale, we'll come back to that tall spine. Open the arms out wide and just let the fingertips float down. Inhale, draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, let them come down. Let's do that 2 more times. Gentle lift, draw downward. Gentle lift, gentle release. And then we'll inhale the arms out wide again. Exhale, draw your left arm across your heart. Use your right hand to hug it in and really breathe into that left shoulder. As you expand with that inhale, really focus on releasing through your shoulder blade. Exhale to soften. And then you can let that right hand rest on your left shoulder here. Using your right arm to kind of leverage a little more space in between the shoulder blades. And then maybe complete that connection by bringing your left hand to rest on the right shoulder. Give yourself a gentle hug. And then we'll inhale that nice tall spine here, grounded and uplifted at the same time. Exhale, chin to chest, just a gentle rounding forward in the shoulders, making space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, gentle back bend, maybe lift your gaze up any amount. Exhale, round forward, chin to chest. Inhale, unfurl and rise. Let's find 2 more rounds of that here. Moving with your breath. Moving at a speed that feels nourishing and accessible to you. Finish your last exhale here. And then we'll inhale back up to a tall spine. Release those arms out to either side. And then we'll just let the fingertips come down. And this time we'll just get some shoulder rolls in. Rolling them up and back and down. Maybe both together or maybe one at a time. Just letting things kind of loosen up here. And if you're sitting with your legs crossed, go ahead and bring your fingertips back behind you. Lean back, switch the cross of your legs. We're just gonna be here in this nice tall seat a few more minutes as we practice Nodi Shodhana. That is the Sanskrit term for alternate nostril breathing. So alternate nostril breathing is when you inhale through the left side of the nose, through the left nostril, exhale out the right nostril, inhale through the right nostril, and exhale out the left nostril. That's 2 breaths, 1 round. Inhale left, exhale right, exhale left, 1 round. So to do that, we'll anchor the index finger right here between the eyebrows. We'll close off the right nostril with the thumb. And then you can use whatever finger on that's left over on your right hand to open and close the left nostril. So it might be the middle finger, might be the ring finger, whatever makes sense to you. But we'll start with that index finger anchored, close the right nostril, inhale through the left nostril, close the left nostril, with whatever finger you decide. Open the right nostril, exhale. Inhale through the right nostril. Close the right nostril. Open the left nostril and exhale. One round. We'll do that again a few more times. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close right. Exhale left. I'm going to drop the prompts because I want you to do this at your own timing, your own pace. Your breaths might be shorter or longer than mine. But as you continue this practice in your own timing, really let yourself be focused on the flow of the breath and how this practice balances things out in the two sides of our brain, the left thinking, logical, language side, and the right creative, emotional, gentler side. And we want to balance those two sides of our brain out. And this is a practice that can help us to do that, as well as to stimulate that vagal tone so that we can recruit our parasympathetic nervous systems to help facilitate our healing. So let's do, wherever you are, finish your current round. We'll do one more full round together. And when you've exhaled left, that's the last time, go ahead and release your right hand and come back into your regular, customary breath. Maybe noticing the expansion of your belly and the lifting of your heart as you inhale. And noticing the softening and the releasing and the relaxing as you exhale. Let's go ahead and either sitting on a blanket or a towel, probably not a block at this point, or you can just come to sit on your mat. If you're sitting in a chair, go ahead and come on down to the floor now. We're just going to take a nice wide-legged stance on the mat. And the feet can be really nice and separated here, or it might look a little something more like this. Whatever it looks like for you, we're going to take the feet out nice and wide, and then just bend that right knee in to bring the sole of the right foot towards the left leg. It might be at your calf or your thigh, but just not pressing on that knee. And we'll find that nice tall seat here. And then let's rotate so that the heart is more in line with that left leg. Might not be quite all the way there. We're going to inhale right here and then just exhale to fold any amount towards that left leg. Might stay nice and tall here. You might notice a gentle release now in the low back, maybe on the right side in the right hip. Keep that right hip anchored downward. Breathe into your tall spine and lifted heart. Press down onto your support. One more full breath here, and then let's inhale back up to a nice tall seat. And then we'll exhale to come to forward again. Let's inhale together here, and then we'll just exhale to fold forward over that bent right leg. Just a different kind of sensation here. If you have a block or a blanket or pillow or something nearby, you might use that to facilitate the reach of your arms, to bend forward a little bit deeper. We'll take one more full breath right here. And then we'll inhale back up to a tall spine. And then we're going to take that left hand and we're going to make our left forearm parallel to the long side of the mat here if you're configured like I am. And it's just kind of out in front, square with your hips and with your shoulders. And if you have the range of motion, you could bring the forearm all the way down to the mat. Either way, whether you're on a block in any position, we'll bring that right hand to the top of the right knee. And we're just gonna twist very, very gently to look to the right. Draw your right shoulder down and back. And as you breathe to expand the belly, notice how you can invite the breath down into the hips, into the low back. If it feels nice, you might press a little gently into that left thigh and twist a little bit more, drawing your right shoulder back in space, looking back towards your right elbow. Let's take 2 more breaths wherever you are. One more inhale. And then exhale to unwind, come back to center. Bring your fingertips down to the earth and inhale back up to a nice tall spine. And then we'll just switch sides. So take the right leg out long, bend the left knee, bring the sole in to meet your right leg wherever it lands naturally. Find your nice tall seat here, and then we'll just kind of look out across that right leg. You're kind of inviting the heart to be in line with the knee, but as you can see, mine's not quite there. That doesn't matter. We're just wanting to let the body feel the benefit of the posture. And you don't have to go super deep or get really crazy with deep flexibility poses. It's the intention behind the posture. It's the alignment that we're looking for. So we'll find that tall spine here, ground down, reach up with the crown of the head, and exhale, just hinge forward over the left or right leg, whatever depth feels good to you today. So it might be up high, might be down low, might be somewhere in between. You might want to reach out for your right foot. Maybe get a little bit deeper. One more full breath here. And then let's inhale back up to that tall spine. And realign your shoulders with your hips facing forward over that left leg. Let's inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward, any amount with or without the block. You might notice that you can inhale and create a little more length in your spine. And if you exhale, you might be able to invite yourself down for a little bit more depth. Using your breath to expand the low back, getting into those hips. And then as you're ready, we'll bring the right forearm down to a block or a mat or rolled up support of some sort or another. Bring your left hand to your left thigh, not pressing on the knee. And then we're just going to twist gently towards the left. Being very mindful to keep your spine nice and long, keep your neck protected by tucking that chin, drawing the base of the skull away from the earth. And you might even want to press a little bit into that left thigh and get a little deeper into your twist. You can use the leverage of your right forearm to help with that as you draw the left shoulder back. And maybe look back beyond that left elbow. Let's take 2 more breaths wherever you are, really noticing where you feel the expansion of your breath and inviting it in. One more inhale here. Exhale, unwind. Bring your shoulders back to square with the hips. Inhale yourself up to a tall seat. And then we'll bring the soles of both feet together to come into Baddha Konasana, or a little butterfly posture. Let's just find a little up and down motion here, just getting a little movement now in the hips. If you like, you can keep those heels nice and close for a little more stretch in the inner thighs, or you can draw them away for a little more opening in the hips. Find that tall spine here. And let's just take a few breaths, realigning the spine, reestablishing that groundedness in the low body, the upliftedness in the crown and in the heart. And while you have your hands here, you might decide to massage your shins or your calves. Maybe massage into the heels and the ankles. You could even come down to the inner arches of the feet, massaging the balls of the feet, squeezing the toes. Just exploring a little bit, seeing what feels tender, what needs a little attention. Maybe your feet are cold and you just want to warm them up a little bit. Or maybe you just want to be here and be still. Wrap up your massage if you're massaging, and we'll inhale here, that nice tall spine. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, in you mount. If you have a block here, you might bring it to rest on top of your feet or your ankles. And you could let your forehead rest here and let your whole back body round. If that doesn't feel nice, just keep that nice tall spine. Maybe hinged forward a little bit. Whatever feels good to you. Find a place of comfort and ease, but where you have some sensation, some sense of creating space. And then take 3 more full breaths wherever you are. Let's go ahead and come back up to our tall seat, and then we'll come down to our backs. However you want to get there. You could find yourself seated in the center of your mat with your knees bent, your feet on the floor, and simply come down to the back. If you want to have it be a little more of a core strengthener, you can release your hands out in front of you, engage that core, and lower yourself down 1 vertebra at a time. Whatever feels like it's something that your body needs and wants today. Once we get down, we'll extend the arms up overhead, extend the legs out long. Find some big stretches, getting your toes as far away from your fingertips as you can. And then we'll take the arms out to the top two corners of the mat and take the feet out to the bottom two corners of the mat. That X marks the spot asana. Take up space. You belong here. You are worthy of being here. This is the X marks the spot where you are. Take a nice big inhale and let it go out the mouth or nose with a big sigh. Do that 2 more times. Inhale once more, and as you exhale, draw your right leg over towards the left leg and draw your right arm over towards the left arm so that you're kind of lying in a shallow C shape or a banana shape on your mat. We like to jokingly call this posture banana asana. This might be enough of a side stretch for you right here, breathing into the right side of your body. But if you'd like to go a little deeper, you might frame your face with your arms, cradling your elbows like we do in ragdoll posture when we come into forward fold. And you could cross the right ankle over the left ankle. And just notice how that changes things. If it changes things for the better, stay here and breathe. If it causes any pain at all, come back out to a posture that just gives you enough of a sensation to be a stretch, but no pain. And just notice where your body expands as you inhale and invite the breath more deeply there. Might notice the expansion of the ribs. You can visualize your right lung in there expanding outward. Maybe you notice expansion in the armpit, the upper arm, in the hip, thigh. Just notice what you notice and allow that to be the object of your attention. Again, releasing whatever else might be going on in your life so that you can be here now. Let's find 2 more breaths here. Next time you inhale, draw the right limbs out again for your X marks the spot shape. Exhale, draw those left limbs over towards the right. See how that feels for a breath or 2 before you decide that you want to go any deeper. Just letting your body get used to this really new posture. And then maybe frame your face. Maybe your opposite arm comes on top from the first one you used. And then maybe cross that ankle. Ooh. Might notice right away that stretch in the left hip, the outer thigh, the rib cage. But then see where else you notice any kind of sensation or expansion. It might be all the way up the left side of the body. And then notice where you can soften into this posture, where you can release and let go. And again, if at any time it becomes too intense, just back out until you find a sensation that works for you. Let's be here for 2 more full breaths. And then we'll inhale back out to that X marks the spot posture. Wiggle your fingers and toes, rotate wrists and ankles. And then we'll come into a final resting posture. So that might be Shavasana with arms and legs extended, palms up towards the sky. It might be constructive rest pose with the knees bent and the feet out wide so that the knees can rest on one another. You can take Shavasana arms here, or you can come back to one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. From here, let's open up the mouth and shift the jaw, the lower jaw, from left to right. Just kind of finding a little opening, a little release in the jaw. And then let's bring your fingertips, your index finger and middle fingers of both hands, and we're just going to bring them down just below the ears. And just find a little gentle massage here. You might walk your fingertips up behind the ears a little bit and find that little hollow. And just let one of your fingertips sort of explore that little hollow just behind the earlobe, right behind the jaw. And this also is a place that you can stimulate that vagal nerve, as well as release jaw tension. And then just using your fingertips, explore in front of the jaw or in front of the ear, the outer edges of the jaw, the hinge of the jaw. You might have the mouth slightly open here, maybe come down onto the jawline, maybe using the backs of your fingers here, if that makes a little more sense to you. Just notice what you notice. And then let's bring the hands wherever you feel supported, and we're gonna fake a yawn. So just pretend like you're yawning. So we'll open the mouth up really wide. And pretend like you're yawning. Do that 2 more times and you might find that you actually do yawn. And then just come back to your customary breath. Let's find 3 more full breaths right here. And when you've found those 3 breaths, get yourself into a position where you can roll to one side and press yourself back up to your tall seat. Whatever that looks like for you today. Let's bring the left hand over the heart, the right hand over the left. Reestablish your tall spine, your sense of groundedness and upliftedness. Inhale here and lift the chin up to the sky as you gently press down onto the heart, onto that heart center. Begin to gently rock your chin over towards the left, getting a stretch in the whole front side of the neck and the throat. And then come back up through center and rock over towards the right, noticing what you feel on the left side. And then just find some gentle organic movement here, releasing the neck, opening the throat. You might feel this all the way up into your jaw, into your ear, base of your skull. One more breath as you explore. And then we'll come back to center. Bring the chin parallel to the earth and bring your two palms together at your heart. It is my honor and my privilege to guide you in this practice today. I hope it finds you well, and I hope that it has been supportive for you. If you have found it supportive, please do share it with anybody you think might benefit from it. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste.